Smooth 98.1. This is Business Express. We have a special guest joining us. It's a Friday, and this is the Tech Friday edition of the show. As always, we love you to be a part of it. Let us know your thoughts. The WhatsApp number is 0809 4440981. You can also tweet at Smooth981. We're streaming live on YouTube as well, so you can catch the live stream up on our YouTube channel. It's Smooth 981. Our guest this morning is Bolu Abiodun. He's a senior reporter, Techpoint Africa, and we're talking about Nigeria's ministry to host AI workshop. Welcome, Bolu. Good morning.
Thank you very much for having me. Good morning.
Awesome. Our pleasure. So, Bolu, what do you think of, or what do you make of this AI workshop to be held by the Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy?
All right, I think it's a step in the right direction. When a technology like AI is moving so fast, it's important for any country of the world basically to, try and harness whatever it is they can harness, whether it's trying to regulate it or whether it's trying to get people to adopt it or get AI companies to start forming in the country. I think it's very important, and you know we've had even other countries that don't really need to be worried about AI adoption because they already have like a vibrant tech ecosystem. The UK, for example, held an AI summit last year in November. The EU is also doing the same thing. And then for a country like Nigeria, where when it comes to AI, I think there was one Nigerian AI expert that said our own AI has not even started crawling, right? It's not even as if we've began, like we have nothing, right? And this technology could be um it's the next big thing, right? So imagine that we are not in the best place to try and figure out how, to harness, whatever revenues, whatever expertise that we can harness from this technology. It won't really look good on us. So I think it's a step in the right direction. I just hope that it's executed perfectly. I hope that the results that they want from it, they actually do get it from it. So yeah, I mean I'll commend the minister for you know thinking proactively.
All right. So what would be the target outcomes of this workshop?
Okay, so I think basically it's like five outcomes, right? So the first is an AI strategy document, um, defining strategic imperatives. They also want to outline policies and governance structures. So that's more on the regulatory side. They also want, you know, to attract investments, and these are very important, right? This fits, our own situation. Like I said, AI in Nigeria has not started crawling, even in Africa, right? We don't have, I'm not even sure we have the expertise, right? So the best thing we can do right now is okay, let's attract investments. Let's attract people that are already doing these things, that already know these things. What incentives can we provide for them to come here, set things up, teach our people, let them learn a few things, and then let's be able to develop things ourselves, right? And it doesn't make sense for us to just wait for, capitalist companies to, just start doing these things on our own. Because like I said, we don't really have that much of a vibrant tech ecosystem yet. And AI is something that is very, very capital intensive, right? I was speaking to a tech expert a couple of weeks ago, right? And building a large, a foundational language learning model, right, will cost you at least $200 million, right?
Mm.
This is a lot of money that, you know, um, investors will only, they only give to companies that they know and are sure that can develop this type of things. Spending $200 million on a company that has not even started generating revenue is not really something that happens here in Nigeria, right? So strategic thinking is very, very important. Thinking of ways to attract this form of investment is very important. So yeah, I think the goals of this AI workshop make sense, right? But like I said, execution is very, very important.
All right, thank you for that, Bolu. The minister had a brief exchange with someone on Twitter. So, there was a post about, federal government assembling the researchers and startups
Mm,
to develop the framework for adopting AI. And then someone tweeted and said, how do you start researching AI when you don't have electricity? How will you power the AI? Then he responded and saying, the minister responded saying, look, I get this
mm.
question a lot. By logic, we should have invested, we should never have invested in telecoms and connectivity before fixing power, in which case we won't all be on Twitter. So he did use ChatGPT to provide a response. And so,
Mm.
what did you think of the minister actually using AI to answer the question on whether we can face our electricity issues and still pursue AI?
Well, very. I think that Twitter exchange was. I found it kind of funny, but again, it's also serious, right? The person posed a very important question, right? We don't have electricity, but then if we wait for us to fix electricity before we do other things, a lot of things will pass us by, right? The pace at which AI is growing is crazy, right? Just a year ago, you know, text to videos AI, right? Text to video
Mm,
models were generating, yeah, they were generating something completely unheard of, right? Right. Those videos were not
right.
produced. And just in a year, just 1 year, right? The amount of improvement that we saw, right? It tells you that you honestly do not have the time, right? So if you're waiting for electricity to work, electricity is important, right? No doubt about that. Electricity will go a long way in helping virtually almost any sector, right, in this country right now. But then if you wait for that before you start focusing on how to create AI strategies to attract investments for AI, to start building, your own foundational models, right? The ability to be able to compete globally when it comes to AI, we miss out on a lot of developments, right? So it's like saying, oh, we don't have electricity. Let's not create regulations for fintechs because fintechs are also
Right.
tech companies, right? That need. So yes, we need electricity, but this is also something that we really, really, really need to do, right? And the response, the ChatGPT response, uh, I think maybe that was just the minister being a bit. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, he was being cheeky, but I found it very interesting. And I
Yeah,
liked the humor and then
yeah,
the part that he
yeah.
was actually sending a message across as well.
Mm. Yeah, and I
Right.
think the response by ChatGPT was also kind of spot on, right? It's just saying yes, electricity is important, but by we need to recognize that there are also other things that need to be done, right? Power supply is important, but if we do not
Mm,
look at AI, because AI also has its bad sides, right?
mm,
it also poses challenges. So you're opening people up to different different kinds of terrible things that could be done to them with AI. So does it mean because we don't have electricity we shouldn't do that? Aren't a lot of Nigerians already using ChatGPT? Right, today I use it for my work sometimes. So I don't think, focusing because only
mm.
God, we've been battling this electricity problem for how long now? So yeah, electricity is important,
Okay.
but at the same time, let's try
Uh,
and get a hold of this.
Okay, we have about under 3 minutes. I'm going to read a message quickly. Fine
Okay.
Oluboroko says, to me, special AI learning centers should be established in each state where experts from all over the world, especially China, will be
Mm,
invited to train us. This step will, within 2 years, change our AI landscape. So, I want you spoke about some of the not so great bits of AI, and I
mm,
want to bring
mm.
up two risks. One is the risk to creators. Now, OpenAI has a text to video software. It's called Sora. You
Yeah.
text a scenario and it creates it. I've never particularly tried to use this, but I used DALI to design
Mm.
graphics last night and I was
Oh,
amazed.
okay.
But anyways, back to this. You just text a scenario and it creates it. And it was used to create a short film. That film was called Airhead. Does this pose a risk to an industry like Nollywood or even the music scene for music videos?
Hmm. All right. So, I actually asked, an AI expert about this, and he said, based on what OpenAI has created with Sora, I think it's not publicly available yet, so you can't use it for now. I think it's still in testing. So
Okay.
for that, I think it doesn't pose a threat to Nollywood yet, right? Because for now, you can only create, I think, 1 minute videos, right? But some people are saying, what if I can create different 1 minute videos, 60 times,
And
and I can
merge
get a
them.
1 hour movie? Yeah, but the problem with that would be it probably won't fit because it will create something totally different that won't be similar to the
Oh,
other 1 minute videos you've created. But for now, it's not really a threat to Nollywood, but it's a threat to people who create stock videos. For example, if my job is, I just take out my drone, take a really nice footage of, an area view of Lagos Island, and I sell those things online. It will pose a threat to my job because someone can just type in, oh, give me an aerial view of, a very nice African city, something like that. And they
mm,
would not need to buy my videos, right? So it's a threat to those kind of people. But for Nollywood, I think what it will just do for now is probably enhance what they already do. So if you need B-rolls, stock footages, you can just simply do that with uh, um, um, Sora. But there are still other risks it poses. I think on Twitter someone said, it's all fun and games until you're in court one day and you see a video of yourself committing a crime you really don't remember committing. So
oh,
there are still
wow.
there's also these
That is a
issues.
scary
Like,
thought.
yeah, it's pretty scary. So it just goes to show you how we need to have our hands on these things, right?
You're
It
right.
doesn't matter
Okay.
whether you have light or not.
Mm. Okay, let's see. Tayo says it seems lack of electricity is the advantage we have against AI. The minister does a lot, but I don't know how patient we can be about witnessing development. Bolu, in just about 20 seconds, overall, just to
Mm.
wrap up, how do you see the role that AI will play in Nigeria?
I think AI will play a very huge role, very fundamental role in the Nigerian tech space. It will play a lot of roles in the creative space, help people become more creative because it will enhance a lot of operations, a lot of processes. So I see AI becoming very, very valuable technology for a lot of Nigerians. The possibilities are absolutely endless. I just hope that right regulations are in place,
Mm.
to protect people.
Indeed. All right. Well, thank you so much, Bolu Abiodun, for being with us so early. We appreciate you being on the Tech Friday edition of Business
Thank you
Express
so
this
much.
morning.
All right.
That is it for Business Express. Do stay with us. There is a lot more to come on the Smooth Breakfast.